What we eat can be linked to mental and physical health issues and diseases. In a special assignment report, the network's Nicole Ardila spoke with experts to tell us more about how they'll impact children's futures.
The amount of ultra-processed food that U.S. children and teens are consuming have increased over the years, which according to several experts I've spoken with, cause critical mental and physical health issues. They worry about what the current diets and habits of young people mean for their futures as adults. Dietitians and nutritionists define ultra-processed foods as those that are poor in nutrients, higher in sugar, fat, and salt, and contain the largest amount of low-quality and artificial ingredients, colors, and preservatives. One of the biggest issues that the health community agrees that kids are facing is emotional eating. When kids consume these foods excessively over time, Dr. Danielle Miro at DC Health Psychology says that their mental health is also greatly impacted and can continue throughout adulthood.
We know that these high sugary foods over time can accumulate to develop into depressive or anxiety symptoms. Emotional eating, I think, is something we all do from time to time. I think where it becomes challenging is if it feels like food is my primary coping strategy. So I think there's so many possible outcomes that could be risky or have adverse outcomes if we continue down this path.
Dr. Tanya Rivera, a registered dietitian and assistant clinical professor at Florida International University, says, quote, "Emotional eating is the elephant in the room that nobody is addressing, and one of the greatest contributors to the increase in child obesity." Both Miro and Rivera explain that when kids are in negative mood states, they tend to crave foods higher in sugar, fat, and salt, also called comfort foods.
And the family needs to be aware when these things are happening, when the child is overeating, when you see random, wrappers and things like that everywhere. That's when the parent needs to intervene and say, listen, we need to go see a dietitian, because it's better to catch a problem like this, any kind of disordered eating patterns.
According to the recent World Obesity Atlas report, the U.S. is projected to have an obesity rate of 58% by the year 2035. The growing epidemic rates are expected to double in children ages 5 to 19 around the world. The dietitian and health psychologists say ultra-processed foods are in children's everyday diets, including grab-and-go snacks like Lunchables, chips, sugary sodas and breakfast cereals, fast food, and frozen meals. But more are becoming aware of the growing issue. The U.S. Department of Agriculture recently proposed new standards for added sugars in school meals, including reducing sodium limits as a way to lower the risk of chronic disease in children. And Maria Paula Criado, a registered and licensed dietitian and nutritionist in Miami, was diagnosed as overweight at 10 years old. She learned about healthy eating from her dietitian and wants to give back to her patients and community.
I'm always trying to help. I'm always trying to help people with their diets, with their lifestyles, by, doing workshops, teaching people how to build plates. Also, supermarket tours to making sure that people know how to shop, know how to spend less money and buy healthier options, teaching them how to read labels.
Experts believe in order to solve the issue, work needs to be done not only in the food industry, but in the community, family, and individual levels when it comes to nutrition knowledge. They say implementing more fruits, vegetables, and omega-3 fats into their diets are essential to their brain health. These health experts recommend that parents be more cautious of what they allow their kids to eat because of the impact on their overall long-term health. Reporting from Washington, D.C., I'm Nicole Ardila for the South Florida Media Network.